Today is Wednesday, September 1st. My name is Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Matthew 6. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6, verse 33. Pastor Michael alluded to this text yesterday. Israel was reminded through their wilderness journey that God was the one who sustained them, and that seeking God and living out his commands was the best path to flourishing. Together, these form the essential quality of humility in the Israelites, a pursuit of and dependence on God that led to life, even in the desert. Jesus echoes this desert lesson when he says, "Do not worry, but rather seek first God's kingdom, trusting that he will provide everything else." This isn't quite the way our world works, though. Many of us are engaged quite deeply in a pursuit of our own provision, because that's what we're supposed to do, isn't it? It can look all sorts of different ways. We seek to secure our career or financial future. We seek to keep up a certain lifestyle of the right house, clothes, friends, and activities. We seek to secure our own health through fitness and diet, and in pandemic times, keeping or fighting against restrictions. Whatever way the pursuit of provision might look, it often betrays a striving on our part, though, that's somewhat thin on trust in God. Not that we don't trust God, of course, but we tend to do it after we've secured the important stuff ourselves. Maybe some of that's changing now, though. This past year or so, a new reality may have begun leaching into our psyche. Our sense of control has been thwarted many times over during this pandemic time. Unpredictability and disruptions have increasingly become normal, forcing our tight, controlling fists to loosen somewhat, whether we had intended it or not. The reality is we just can't plan as definitively or control as absolutely as we once could, or at least thought we could. And maybe that's a good thing. Perhaps it's closer, in fact, to the truth of our situation, as people who've long been marginalized understand too well. We can't control the future. In fact, there's very little that we can control. And in any case, provision, our daily bread, was never actually ours to secure for ourselves. It was always a gift of God, to be received humbly, in thanks. When we seek our own provision first, we no longer have need to entrust ourselves to anyone or anything else. Our neighbors and the creation are reduced to commodities to be used or competitors to be subdued. We begin to believe that we can live without others, in fact, and without God, too. Our loneliness is complete. But when we seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness, we're placed in a posture of trust and dependence. Because to truly know what this pursuit means, we need to talk to God, listen to God, obey God, trust God. It is his kingdom, after all. But when we do this, healthy relationships with God, with one another, and with our daily provision is restored. Things are set in the right order. And embedded in this trusting, life-giving community of the triune God, we discover that there is always enough for today. And not just for us, but for everyone else too. So as you journey on in trust in God, go with his blessing and receive it gratefully. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.